Good morning. Everything seems to be going well over here. We still have 5 fish in treatment. We have treatments going effectively for them though, so that's good. Brought in the big guns, and meds are working well. We're getting them cleaned up, hopefully for the last time, and we'll be past this issue. Have a look at them in a second. We're just doing our little morning inspection here. You'll notice almost no snails left in my tank. Very happy about that. Fish are all looking fantastic. Water's looking nice and clean. Tags are all perfect. But we're going to do major maintenance on this tank later today. I'll probably be doing that as a live stream. And we'll handle it like that. I don't know why this brightness keeps changing on me. Too bright. Yeah. So everything's looking good here. I don't see any troubles. Just gorgeous though. It's a happy tank right there. So say the rummy nose. But it's getting a gravel vac today. All the filters will be cleaned up. And maintenance on all my UV units. We'll get everything nice and clean. An 80% water change. And we'll be good for a while again after that. This tank's getting very, very easy to care for now. It's dialed right in. I've sorted all the problems. I think my last problem may have been caused by some old sponges down here, so I've changed them out. Got a brand new sponge now. A blue one, a black one, and a green one here wrapped around the sump. And I got that set up so it basically works like a matin filter. There's a matin filter wrapped around, or a sponge wrapped around the plastic container with a bunch of holes perforated in it, and then my sumps drop down into that. So this actually basically is the same thing as a matin filter, but it's got more suction power, and it works really good. It's keeping the water nice and clear, and that eliminates the variable of my older sponges might have been holding something nasty in them that was affecting those fish. It's only affecting one strain though, but I've got I'm just trying to eliminate every possible source of the problem, and that was the last source. So I'm getting them all treated up now with some really good meds, and they're doing good. Let's go have a look at them. Here we are. You can see the behavior is really good. Colors have improved greatly. And right now they're just working on, I just fed them. They're looking for leftovers. But I had fish hiding up in the corner when I started this. very black. One of them's very thin. And you know, all of these five fish had a little bit of cloud in their eyes. So that problem was slowly eating at them. And we're getting it licked now. We get in there, you'll see there's almost nothing. This is the worst one. Still a little dark. Oops. And you see a little speck in the center of his eye still. There's another one here. He's looking much better. They're going to get another dose. It's like a 2-day dose. And got more of it coming hopefully today. I think today. Along with a new Oscar friend. She's going to be joining us today as well, downstairs in the Oscar room. So you can see they're all behaving pretty good now. That guy's a little dark there, but he lost a lot of weight from this. So what he's eating, and we'll turn him around. Down here, with mom and dad working on a batch of eggs. Those babies wouldn't make it on their own. Artificial discus thing, total failure. So this tank's been I put the parents back in hopes the remaining babies might attach to the parents, but it just didn't work out that way. I think they ate them and just laid new eggs. So let's hope this round works out better. I'm told the parents, you know, just like with the eggs, they eat them at first, then they look after them. Then they see the babies come, and they eat the babies for a while until they figure it out and look after them. It's a process, and we're getting there. So we'll let them keep trying. Now we're down in the Oscar room. This is morning lighting. The tanks are coming up. Of course, the only occupant in here right now is an apple snail. An apple snail with a 65-gallon all to itself. And over here, it's 4 foot tall. We have these two Oscars, and I'm gonna be housing them here now. I'm either make or buy an overflow box, and I'm gonna link this into the barrel system. And this tank's joining the Oscar setup. I'm gonna keep 2 in here. I'm gonna keep 2 in here, and I'm gonna keep 2 down here. And that's going to be how it is for now. A friend of mine's building a really cool plywood tank. His design is smart and impressive, and it also fit very nicely on this bottom shelf, like front to back. These shelves are 4 feet deep and 8 feet long on this rack. So for example, this is a 4 foot tank. So if I cut this tank up, and I wouldn't because the glass is kind of crappy, I'd find a better one. But if I cut a 75-gallon tank up, it's 18-inch tall like this, that will give me the glass I need. I could run the glass, you know, in 2 sheets with a bar in the middle, and build a nice big plywood tank down here like that, in the same manner he did. And like, his design is really freaking cool. It's unlike anything I've seen, and it's simple, well thought out, and it looks good, and it would look really good if I mimicked it here. I'll be seeing this guy later today, and I'm gonna, you know, I'll mention it. It's not any near-term planning for me, but it's definitely something I'm probably going to get into doing because 4 feet deep, front to back, 8 feet long, 18 inches high. I would have to do the math, but that'd be a monster's tank. That'd be great. And just boom, Oscar setup's done. Leave that one up there, right? Use it like a breeding station. And same idea over here. And then put the majority of them down here. It's probably the future plan, but for now, this is what I've got. 2 Oscars per 75 gallon is fine. It's going to be a little small over here, but they've got the height in a way, so I think that's a nice tank. It's just going to be, when they get big, turning around might be a bit tight, but otherwise they'll be fine in there. And that's just the way I'm going to do it. I got a year to build me a big plywood tank down here. So that's in the cards. But she's still resting. Water's fresh. I just had a water change yesterday. We're gonna do discus maintenance on the live later today. She almost looked like she's pouting. I think she might not like that she's alone right now. I've left her alone yesterday and today. So when I introduce the new fish, she'll be like, "Yeah, I have a friend again." And I know this new fish is clean. We don't have any worries there because gentleman who's bringing it to me is nothing short of a professional when it comes to fish keeping, so I have no worries in that regard at all. Really like how this tank's coming along up here. Whole algae situation's getting better rather quickly. I'm pleased with that. New tanks syndrome, sort of algae shit. I was dealing with that, but that's just par for the course when you start a new system up. You're gonna get a little runaways, algae and things like that until a balance is established, and that balance is finally establishing. What is that? Something floating in there. A piece of poo. Oh yeah, the ceramics even go nicely together. That's a piece of wood. I'm surprised the tetras haven't been taken out yet, but Oscars are just leaving them alone. They don't really care about them yet. Suppose I should move them soon, but I just haven't seen it turn into a problem, so I like to leave them there because Oscars are smart fish, so it's kind of like socializing them in a manner of speaking by keeping them around other fish. That's why she is such a calm girl. She was in a small space with 2 other large fish, and she just had to learn how to get along. You put babies basically with her, and she's fine with it because she's, I guess you could say, well socialized in a very weird way, but she was forced to socialize, and she's not aggressive. She's good to other fish. So I'm really enjoying the whole Oscar thing. I know it's Discus North Channel, and we are definitely big into discus here. But this is another one of my favorite all-time fishes. So that's what we're doing. we're having fun with fish keeping. And it's always nice to have some variety in the mix. It's like Sly's chilling. He's chilling like a villain. They're happy. All tanks are well administered. I do have to get this linked into the big system though. To make overflows of the PVC, I might do that just to save the money, but it looks like hell. And you can buy boxes. They're basically kind of like a hang-on back that do get the job done as well. So I'm going to have to figure that out and buy a small sump to bring the water back into this system as well. I mean, I could probably run that pipe into this tank, and then have it overflow down and just use gravity, but I don't want to mess with that. So I'm just going to buy a small little, like, 100-gallon per hour sump pump and just pump up from this barrel into this tank and let it overflow back down into that barrel. And it'll work just fine that way. And it'll link this into the 260 or 270 gallons that's over here. So it'll bring us up to like what, 300 and 320, 330, somewhere around there. I don't know. I'm not the best math guy. I apologize. It's a little early in the morning for me, but we'll be over 300 gallons once I link this in. So I'll have 6 Oscars and 300 gallons, so to speak, in a manner of speaking. Although it's chopped up into 3 tanks, that's the kind of water quality they'll have, and it'll keep them healthy. It's more than one way to skin a cat, you know. I could have 6 Oscars in a 300-gallon tank, and that could be one big tank, but they could also fight in that 300-gallon tank. And then what do? I need another tank to separate people. So in this setup, I can separate everybody up the way I like. Somebody fights, I can switch friends around and stop the fighting. And I can manage my Oscars in a very comfortable manner. And they'll all breathe clean, fresh water and grow quickly. Like, look at these guys. They're just insanely growing fast. I have not had this tank long, this setup long. These two Oscars have not been here long. Go through my video history and look how small they were a short while ago. And you know, they're swimming in 75-gallon tanks, but yet they're growing like they're in, you know, 270-gallon tanks. It's more about the water freshness than it is about the tank size. And this little experiment / setup is basically showing us that, because these things are growing like bad weeds. Like, they're already, like, that top one's probably 7 inches long already. These are young fish. I'm watching, you know, other Oscars, and they're not growing this fast on other YouTube channels. And those fish are probably even older than these. It's just the massive water volume that's doing it for them, despite the fact they're in the 75. They're swimming in 270 gallons of water. It's what's going on here. And it shows. It shows with their growth. I'm not overfeeding them, nothing. I'm even skipping days. I'm fasting them occasionally. Like, every 3rd day I skip a day. I don't know, that might be helping me in some strange way, the way that I'm feeding them, but I don't think so. I think they're just enjoying the environment immensely. Light brightness is starting to kick up. Oh, it's probably going to do it here. Yeah, it just did. As the 24-hour timers bring the light. up. She's still waking up. Got a pellet floating there she hasn't eaten. But yep. Really, really, really liking the Oscar setup. Very, very much. I just come down here, sit in my big old fish chair. Very relaxing. Hope you all have a great day.